Hey crew, welcome back to another episode of Women in Telemark Skiing, brought to you by the Skippy Report. This episode, I sit down and talk with Josie Baker, a sophomore at the University of Vermont, and she shares her story about how she was highly encouraged to get into telemark skiing and going home and having the support of her parents and working as a vice president of the UVM Telemark Ski Club in Burlington, Vermont. Anyways, they're putting together great opportunities to get into our sport with the help of Cochrane's ski area in Richmond, Vermont. So, as I always say, grab yourself a beverage, kick back, relax, do what you like to do, and enjoy this episode of Women in Telemark Skiing with Josie Baker. Hello, Josie.
Hi.
How are you?
Oh, sorry. I'm fantastic. How are you?
I'm good. Welcome to Women in Telemark Skiing.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much.
Yeah, this, you know what? I was wanting to reach out to the UVM Telemark Club, and I wasn't sure how to do it. And then Adam Sauerwin and CJ Kosha reached out to, and I didn't get the name of the president of your club. And so they did a whole thing there. So it's like, you know what? I'm going to hit Josie up and see if she wants to be in the Women in Telemark Skiing series, because, so who is the president of the UVM Telemark Club?
Nikhil Barnett.
Okay, Nikhil. Yeah, because he said you guys did a rail jam or something like that one Friday night, and he mentioned that you're like the only real telemark skier who can hit rails and stuff. So it's like,
Well, I don't know about that.
So anyways, welcome to the show, and I'm glad that you accepted my invitation.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for inviting me. This is great. I'm so excited.
Yeah, well, you know what? This is, it's been a pretty good, successful project of mine. I'm booked up. Podcasts are going to be released all the way until mid-February, every 2 weeks. Yeah. So this is really great. So anyways, so introduce yourself to the people who are listening.
Okay. I'm Josie Baker. I'm a sophomore at the University of Vermont. I was born and raised in northern Michigan, 30 minutes south of the Upper Peninsula. So, yeah, I've been alpine skiing since I was 2, and I learned to tele last winter break, and I love it.
Oh, right on. So because my wife and I are going up to Midwest Telefest, she's from Thunder Bay, so we do the circle tour of Lake Superior, so we're very familiar with Michigan. So whereabouts? Yeah.
I'm right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Harbor Springs, Michigan.
Yes. Okay. Very cool. Nice. Yeah. So, what got you into telemark skiing?
Well, both of my parents have been doing it like since they were in their 20s, so like my whole life.
Right.
And growing up, my town is very small, but we have Nubs Nob ski resort, which is like, it's great, like 500 vert on a good day.
We're going there.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I love it so much. It's my favorite place ever. But
cool.
Yes, like a lot of the older people there, like dads and like grandpas and some moms,
yes,
of course, tele there. But like growing up, I was like, oh, like that's just like I'm not doing that. Like my parents do that. But then, yeah, so they've just been doing it my whole life. And I have 2 brothers, and we're like, we're never gonna tele. Like that's for old people.
Right.
No offense. Then,
yeah, you can tell I'm old, eh?
No. But then last fall, Nikhil, the president of Tele Club, at that point, it wasn't a thing yet. But then he asked me if I wanted to start the UVM Telemark Ski Club with him. And I said, well, sure, I've never teleed before, but I'd love to start it with you. So then I figured that I should probably learn how if I was vice president of the club.
Right.
So then the Tele Calo had their film premiere last year with a This Is Tele video or film. And then that was on a Friday night. And then the next day, Saturday, a lot of the people at the film went out to Bolton, and that was the first day I tellied, and it was so much fun. And then over winter break, I was back home and at Nubs Nob, and my mom gave me lessons like every day.
Nice.
And then, and then my brothers, I knew how to do rails like on my alpine skis.
Right.
But then I was like, well, might as well just do it on the tellies too. So then they helped me with that.
Very cool. So welcome to the cool kids table. That's what I always say. Why do you want to telly? Because you want to sit at the cool kids table.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
Very
And I think it's hilarious because all of the women that I've talked to, and I'm gonna hypothesize most people, it's like their dad's telling, and some moms, and they're like, yeah, I don't want to be like dad. There are a few women who were excited that they wanted to telemark ski. But I thought, I don't know if it was Nikhil or Adam or CJ who talked about it's a dad sport. I guess it really is. But you know what? I think it's a cool dad sport because eventually offspring want to take it up.
Yes, exactly.
Very cool. So I was going to ask you about your program that you have at UVM, your Telemark Club.
Yeah. So basically we started it last fall, and it's just like the whole idea behind it is just grow the sport of telemark skiing and make it accessible to like students at UVM.
Right.
And just like have a greater understanding, I guess, of telemark, because there's a lot of people here who have no idea what it is.
Right.
So we have a whole demo fleet. We just got a new one last year. Very nice with Scarpa boots and Volet skis.
I think this is absolutely incredible because I ran a similar program here in Ontario. So I know how difficult it can be to get equipment like that. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. And so there's this nonprofit ski area called Cochrane's, which is like 15 minutes from campus. And on Fridays, they have lift tickets for $5. It's great. It's like a very family run place. They have a T-bar. It's so much fun. And so we take the demos there, and then students can come for $5 and learn how to telemark ski with us.
Nikhil said that, and my cottage is on the Quebec-Vermont border, just north of Derby line, and we're going to come down and ski with you one Friday evening.
Oh my gosh, that'd be incredible.
Yeah, because it's only a couple of hours from the cottage. It's like nothing. Yeah, because we go to Burlington quite regularly in the good weather when we've got nothing to do at the cottage. It's like, oh, let's go to Burlington and see what's up. That sort of stuff. Go cycling around there. Yeah, so it's like, you know what? Yeah, so I'm going to hypothesize it'll probably be more in March. I don't know how long your program runs.
Yeah, until Cochrane's is however long they stay open.
Okay, and there's a dude I want to meet there too, Telly Dads of Cochrane or something, Telly Dad of Cochrane. I follow him on Instagram, and it's like, oh yeah, I got to meet this guy. That's what I seem to do in this podcast world. I interview people and then I go and visit them. I think what you guys are doing is so incredible. So how many members do you have?
We have we have a big email list that gets sent out, and that has around 300 emails.
Wow.
And then so each Cochrane's, last year we just got this set up at the end of last year, so it hasn't been used yet.
Okay.
And so last year we just had demos that we found from Facebook Marketplace and our basements and stuff.
Yep.
But now we have, I think we'll have 30 sets. So each Friday we can have 30 members with us.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And where can people find the UVM Telemark Club?
Yes. Our Instagram. Hold on, I'm pulling it up right now. Instagram is our main form of communication with the greater public, I would say.
Right.
But it's UVM Telemark Ski Club.
Right on.
So, yeah.
Okay, so let's get back to your attraction to telemark skiing. Other than being mandated that you should be a telemark skier if you're going to help run the ski club. So give us a little more detail, because you're the newest member to the Cool Kids table that I've interviewed.
Gosh. Well, I don't know. It's just I think it's so much fun. At first, I remember the first day when I was at Bolton out here with all the older guys, I was the only girl.
Right.
Which as is some of the times. So I was definitely intimidated because I was like, I have zero clue what I'm doing right now, but I've seen people do it. So
Right.
like, I kind of know,
Yep.
I know the gist of it.
Well, and you come from a skiing background, so that was helpful.
Yeah. So it definitely helps, but it's such just a strange feeling at first. Like I was like, every time my heel would go up, I'd go like, ee! Like a little jump. It surprised me. But then, yes, that was like an incredible first day. I probably did about 10 telly turns the whole time.
Right.
But here and there. But then, yeah, over winter break, my mom is like probably one of the prettiest telemark skiers I've ever seen.
Okay, so this is great. You're going to have to let you know when we're going to go, because it'll be February. We're doing a circle ski tour of Lake Superior.
Oh my gosh.
And we're hitting Nubs Nob on our way back south because we're going to go clockwise. And there was a woman riding the chair with us a couple of times where we have our ski pass at the cottage. And the woman complimented my wife, Sean, and said, "You are the most exquisite skier she's ever seen."
That's an insane compliment.
Yeah, and I've been trying to tell my wife that for years, and she doesn't believe me. She thinks I'm just her husband, just trying to make her feel good, right? Yes, yeah. I put a post on Instagram last year, and I said she was like a snow fairy, just prancing down the slope. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Incredible. So that's cool. I'd like my wife to meet your mom, and maybe we can get out and ski.
Yeah, I'll definitely let her know because she'll be there probably.
Right on. Okay, so continue. You were like the only girl with all the guys.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Having giggles.
Yeah. But they were super helpful. All the guys helped me, and like my friends who telemark are like so helpful. They like give me tips, but in a very good way. Yeah, and then over break, I just went out like every day with my mom, and the first day, she had me doing all the drills from what's it called? Tim and Allen's Telemark?
Yeah.
Yes. I was reading that. That was my homework.
That's the Bible. That's the Bible.
It's so good. I know. I have one. Wait, hold on.
For the viewers, Josie's left the room to get her book, and she's proving that she's got telemark tips.
It was on my bookshelf.
Yep.
But yeah, and then just over break, I just went out like every day with my mom, and the first day was a little rough, and I was frustrated. I was like, why am I going so slowly? Like, this is so annoying.
Right.
But then, because I just had like alpine form stuck in my head, like way like uneven distribution, and I was like, oh, I don't remember. My mom told me something. It was great. I don't remember what it is, unfortunately. But I was like, wow, this makes so much more sense. And then just having like all of that time to ski like with my mom and my dad, and then my two brothers also. My older brother, I don't remember when he started telling, a couple years ago, but then my younger brother did it with me. So there were all 5 of us out there, and it was just super fun.
Oh, right on. Right. Just so you know, it is a lifelong pursuit of the telemark turn, because I'm out there and it's just the way I am. And I think about my turn. I ski with my shadow. I'm always working on stuff. And I shared a story with somebody after I got back skiing after COVID. And it was the first day out on a very gentle slope. My thighs were saying, "What the hell are you doing to us? We haven't been doing this for a while." And I got on the main run, and I got to the bottom, and I was like, yep, those are the best turns I've had for a very long time. I think I can call the season now.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, so you're going to spend the rest of your life pursuing really good turns. And I'll say turn.
Yeah, just the one.
So have you been out skiing this year?
Yes, I was actually skiing this morning.
Oh, it's raining and freezing rain up here.
Oh, it's also warm today. But this weekend we got good snow. I went on Saturday to Mad River Glen, and it was dumping.
Yes.
It was so much fun. Yeah, but then we have Bolton Valley.
Yes.
Like Bolton Resort is like 30 minutes from campus. So my friends and I, we skin up there a lot in the mornings before classes.
Very
Which
nice.
is very fun.
So seeing you went to Mad River Glen, I don't know if you follow Christine Keeney, Knee Dipping Ginger, on Instagram. She is a hard charger. She lives in Waitsfield and like she skis every day.
Oh my
And she works.
Wow.
Yeah, she spends a lot of her time in the backcountry of resorts or the slack country of resorts, and she's skinning and all that sort of stuff. You should look her up and see if you can meet up with her.
will.
Yeah, I actually just interviewed her on last week.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So your episode's gonna follow her episode.
Oh, I'm honored.
Yeah. So anyways, so tell us a little more of your journey into Telemark or through Telemark. Like, I know you're having lots of fun, and that's why you're like a Telly Mummy of the month, right?
Yes.
Maybe you could tell us a little more about Telly Mummy of the month.
Yeah.
Because
so
you're a sophomore in college in the U.S. and you're a
I'm
Telly
not a
Mummy.
mother. I do not have a child. Just to state that. But yeah, so at school here at UVM, our ski and snowboard club is huge, like one of the largest in the country.
I couldn't believe the number that Nikhil said.
Yeah.
It's like close to 6,000.
Yeah.
And how big is UVM, like the main campus? Do you know offhand?
Like 10,000 maybe?
Okay.
So like there's a good amount of people in the club.
Yeah.
And so they have these rail jams once a semester. They have one in the fall, like at the end of, like last year it was the week after Thanksgiving break. This year it was the week right before. And then they have one in the spring. And so there's like, it's super fun. It's on campus. So many people go. We have like a big Red Bull arch. It's like great. It's a huge attraction. And so last year, I was like, I want to do rail jam. I went to the fall one. I watched the fall, and then in February, I think the next one was, I was like, I want to do it, and I'm gonna do it on my tellies, because if I do something on my alpine skis and it's not very cool, I do it on my tellies. It's way cooler.
That's right.
Yeah.
And
So
if you suck, you could just blame it on the binding, right?
Exactly. I was like, hey,
Yeah.
my heel's not attached. But yeah, so I had I could slide a rail. That was about it.
Right.
And so I decided to sign up for Rail Jam. I was very, very scared, but I was like, it doesn't really, it's just gonna be fun. Like, there's no consequences. I'm not gonna get hurt.
That's right.
Because I'm not doing anything crazy.
That's right.
And so I had not practiced a lot before then, but that morning I didn't have classes, so I went to Sugarbush by myself and I practiced all day there, and then I came back and I did the school rail jam on my tellies, and it was just so much fun because I would just slide the rail and then drop into a telly turn, or I did a whirly bird here and there.
Right
and then
on.
The people, they really appreciated it.
Right on.
So that got me some attention, I suppose, because I don't think a telly skier had really done that before.
Right.
At least here.
Right.
Or not in a while. And then, yeah, I just kept skiing more and more. And the more I would go out on weekends with my friends who are also in telly club, the more I started loving it. And the more I was wanting to improve and try new things. And then this fall, the rail jam was the week before we left for Thanksgiving break.
Right.
So I had a situation where I remembered to bring my skis to school, but I forgot to bring my boots.
Ooh.
So I was like, I can't do rail jam because I don't have my boots.
But you got a fleet.
Exactly. And Nikhil was like, you're doing rail jam. I was like, oh. But I was just nervous because it hadn't snowed yet.
Right.
But I'm also part of the free ski team. And so the free ski team has PVC pipes, and they go out. There's this hockey rink at one of the park at the beach, and the Zamboni dumps all of the ice from the rink right there. So we do a little setup.
Yep.
PVC early season. And so I went there the weekend before the rail jam, and I was landing switch. I was like, well, good enough for me. Guess I'm doing rail jam.
Right on. Right on.
I did it, and it was even more fun than last time.
Now, do a lot of people participate in the rail jam?
Yeah, so there's a lot of guys.
I was gonna say, when we watch on Instagram and other things, you'll see people doing stuff in Telemark, but you know what? Like on rails and tricks and all that sort of stuff, but not very many women.
Yeah. So there's a lot of guys at like the school. I'm probably like 30 or 40. There were 8 girl skiers this time, which was more than last time.
Good.
Only one telemarker. But then it's like rounds, but all the females make it through because there's so few of us.
Right.
But there's a lot of people who watch. And sometimes I would like look, I'm like, oh gosh, there's a lot of people here right now.
I bet. Now, is it a very competitive rail jam?
Not really. Some of the guys are throwing insane tricks.
Right.
There's like a podium. There's like good prizes. I think first place is skis. There might be a helmet, a lot of merch. But it's very chill. Like people are just there to have fun, which is very nice.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
So, and I think last weekend, UVM Telemark Club had the Telecolo film there. Yeah.
So last week, it was this like past weekend.
Yes.
The Telecolo film was at J Skis, which is like downtown Burlington.
Right.
And the Telecolo, I guess we were co-hosts with J Skis. So that was very cool to meet all the there were 2 of the Telemommies were there.
Yeah, I know. Nina was there. Who else was there?
Yes. Yeah, Nina and Sylvia.
Oh, Sylvia was there. Okay, cool.
Yes, that was very cool because she went to school at UVM, which I did not know.
Sylvia did?
Hmm?
Oh.
Yeah, that was very interesting.
That didn't come out in our interview, I don't think.
Oh. But yeah, that was super cool to meet everyone. Yeah, and then for the Telemommy of the month, I think they just found me, I guess, Cooper, who's our like sponsorship guy, and then Jordan, who's the social media guy, made an edit of my of me practicing for rail jam at the beach on the PVC pipes. And I think they saw that post, and then they reached out and asked if I wanted to be Telemommy. I said, yes,
Right
I
on.
do.
Right on.
So, yeah.
That's very cool. Very cool. So other than going to Cochrane's on Fridays, does the club have large trips elsewhere? Because as a kid growing up, I belonged to a traveling ski school. So my dad was the guy who started it. And they would take us to a spot just outside of Montreal, because that's where I grew up in the suburbs. And we get in a Greyhound bus and we truck on down to Jay Peak one Saturday, and then the next Saturday we might go to Owl's Head, or we'd go up into the Laurentians and ski. So I'm wondering if you guys have large gatherings of telemark skiers, or even just like the UVM ski atmosphere, if they have these big meetups.
Yeah, so right now we do not. We're just because we're a very young club, so we're trying to just like, we don't have trips right now.
Right.
We're working on it though. We're hoping to cook something up for the future.
Right on.
But right now we're just kind of focusing on Cochrane's and like getting more people out on tellies.
Yep.
And then but the ski and snowboard club, they have like every weekend they have buses to like the local resorts like Sugarbush, Jay Peak, Mad River. And then they do a trip to Mount Tremblant sometime. I think they're going to France this year, maybe.
Very nice.
I'm not sure. Yeah, so some members can sign up for that.
Very cool.
But yeah, hopefully in the future we'll be able to get out there more.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what brought you, I know it was your education probably that brought you to Vermont. So I'm going to ask you what you're studying.
My major is wildlife and fisheries biology, and then I have a minor in forestry.
And so where do you think this career will take you?
Honestly, I have no idea. But the dream, or like part of the dream, would be
the plan. It's the plan.
The plan.
Plans come to fruition. Dreams are just
okay.
yes.
The plan. The 10-year plan. No. So I have a concentration in fisheries biology. So I would really like to either be in Alaska or maybe Iceland, somewhere very cold where I can ski, of course.
Right.
And do like fisheries research or fisheries work and just like be out there.
That is cool. I was kind of thinking you might work for like the Forest Service because my wife's uncle worked for our National Park Service and he lived in Canmore and worked in Banff. And he worked with a lot of university students and professors studying animals in the backcountry, primarily cougars. And for part of his job, he had to telemark ski.
Oh, no, he had to.
Yeah, he had to, yes.
Oh, that's so. I mean, I would do that. That's too shabby.
I know, right? That was like me. I would run a ski club at the school. I'm a former educator, and you know what? On Wednesday nights and whenever we had a trip or whatever, I was like a professional skier. I'm getting paid to ski for the day. That's the dream job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
Very nice. Okay, so where can people find you on Instagram? If you want to share it.
Yes, of course. 1 second. My Instagram is bean_.machine_.
I was going to ask you what the bean .machine was.
Yeah, so growing up, I really, really like to eat black beans.
Oh.
Like I don't know why. I think my mom thinks I thought they were raisins or something, but I would like take them in my lunchbox to school and like eat black beans. And so my nickname was Bean. But at first, like only my family would call me that. But then in like high school and middle school, my older brother's friends started calling me that. Maybe like Bean. So not that many people at school know me by Bean.
They may now.
Yeah, exactly. And I drive a bright, like aqua green Chevy Express, like 8-passenger van.
Right.
So that's my Bean machine.
Oh my goodness! Really? That's your vehicle?
Yeah. Okay. Well, it used to be my mom's, and then it was my brother's, but I have it right now.
That's that's awesome. That's awesome.
It's very fun, very convenient for driving.
Oh, I bet it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I need because like I'm 6'6". If I need to crash somewhere, it's yeah. However, my truck is nice and big, so I can crash in there. So yeah. Anyways, well, I want to thank you for taking the time and speaking with me and sharing your story and the UVM Telemark Club story. I think that is really awesome what you guys are doing. It's what needs to be done. And like the gear, I believe it's free for members to use.
Yes. Yeah. So the only thing we charge them for is the lift ticket.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, I'm looking forward. I'm going to keep in touch with you and I'll let you know when we're coming down on the Friday and hopefully we can ski together.
Yeah, that would be incredible.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, no, thank you. It was my pleasure. This is, everybody is very enthusiastic about this series.
Yeah, it's very cool. It's very inspiring.
Oh.
Like for me as like who just came in here to like hear about how all the other women are absolutely crushing it.
Oh, yeah, I know. It's crazy. And I was listening or I was talking with Maddie McKinstry on Friday and during the conversation, I was like, oh man, my daughter should have a job like that because she's a pro patroller. She has EMT training. Like this is Maddie. My daughter is a firefighter, so she's got all the training.
Yeah.
And right now she's not sure where she really wants to go. So it's like, oh, maybe you should become a pro patroller and do something like that. Because Maddie is a river guide in the off season.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So anyways, well, thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
And you get out there and do lots of laps and smile as I used to, well, I still do teach telemark and I always call it smile or miles and smiles. That's all I care about.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah.
I like that. I will do that.
Yeah. All right. Well, have a great day.
Thank you. You too.
Well, there you have it, folks. Another episode of the Women in Telemark Skiing series. A huge thank you to Josie Baker from the University of Vermont to sit down and talk with me and tell us about how she was encouraged to take up telemark skiing to help start the UVM Telemark Ski Club. Check them out on Instagram. Don't you love the stoke that she brings to our sport? Anyways, don't forget to show her the love on Instagram. Check her out at bean_.machine_. Had lots of fun with this one, just as I always do. Check back in a couple of weeks for another episode of the Women in Telemark Skiing series. Peace out.